डेव्हलपमेंट फेज. येतोय का आवाज?
हो येतोय.
So development phase, in which the project developer or the programmer will develop the application. Now after development phase, your testing phase comes. Requirement analysis, design, development or implementation, and then comes your testing phase. So what your project you have developed or the software you have developed, that we are testing using automated testing tools or manual testing tools. Now in automated testing tools, there are different types of softwares available for the purpose of testing, like quality center is there, WinRunner is there, load runners are there. There are different types of softwares available for. Then Selenium is there for the testing purpose. And manual testing, the user will do the manually. Debugging is one type of manual test. So that comes the fourth phase of your software development testing. And last one is your deployment. You are giving your project to the end user is a deployment phase. So testing process start from the requirement analysis till your deployment phase. So testing is a continuous process. So how it is used in the engineering activity? First point is a exciting times to be a software development. Now you are developer, software developer. Suppose you want to develop the hospital management system. So he will develop that application. Now whether it is working as per the customer's requirement, that we are finding with the help of testers. So testing team is there for the testing purpose. So software systems are becoming more challenging to build because it may consist of some types of bugs or errors. For that purpose, we require to test that. So it is one of the challenge in a development is one of the challenge for the software. Then playing an increasing important role in a society. So what happens in testing phase? Suppose you are developing hospital management system as an example. Now whether it is giving correct input, taking correct input and giving correct output, we have to find that. So that is done by the testers. So it is playing an important role in your society. Means if you are feeding the customer data or your patient data in the hospital management system application. So whether it is giving correct data of that customers or the patient when it is required. Then people with software development skills are in demand. Large amount of developers are testers are required for the testing purpose. Then new methods, techniques has been developed. Now techniques are what? Different types of you are studying software engineering, inspection, reviews are some types of testing. Then tools are available, automated testing tools are available for the development. You are testing and developing the test cases and maintenance purpose. So that is regarding to the testing activity. Then as a software plays an important role in our lives, both economically and socially, there is a pressure for software professionals to focus on a quality issues. Now suppose any organization will develop any application, if it is not satisfying the customer, and that will be of no use. So there will be what? Loss of the organization also and loss of the customer also, or the end user, or we can also call as a stakeholder who requires that software. So it is playing important roles for the purpose of testing. So poor quality software can cause loss of life or property is no longer acceptable to the society. So the software which will consist of bugs or errors will not be accepted by the society or the end user for whom we are developing the application. Then failures can result in a catastrophic losses. So again, there will be the losses for the both organization and the customer. Demand software development staffs with interest and training in the areas of software products and process quality. So there is large demand for the software tester because each and every phase of your software development requires the tester for the purpose of testing. So there is large demand for the software tester. Highly qualified staff ensures that the software products are built on time. So time management should be there. Suppose you are giving 6 month time for the development of the software. So that software should be developed within the 6 months. Then within the budget and are of highest quality with respect to reliability, correctness, usability, and ability to meet all the users' requirement. So whichever software you have developed, it should satisfy the customer's requirement so that we can say that we have developed the best software without any errors. Then using the engineering approach where software development indicates that development process is well understood. So when you are testing that application, you should find that whichever requirements are given by the customers are fulfilled. So development process is well understood, starting with the initial phase till your deployment phase. Then projects are planned. So what happens in your development? Planning is required. Planning is the main phase of your software development. So starting with analysis, it should be planned when should we do, who should be the analyzer, who should be the analyst, then design, who should be the designer, in which month we have to design that, then when to start the development. So each and every plan, a project should be planned. Then life cycle models are defined and followed. Software development life cycle are defined and followed. Standards in place for product and process. Now different types of standards have been. ISO standard is there, Six Sigma standard is there. Then you have CMMI, capability, maturity, integration models. So we have to follow the standards for the product and process development. Then components are reused. Reusability is the main feature. Components should be reusable. Then validation and verification process play a role in quality determination. So validation and verification, whether we are building the right product, that we have to find, and whether we have built the right product. So this is a validation and verification, whether we have built the right product and whether we have built the right product. So that is a verification and validation. Engineers have proper education, trainings, and certification. So different types of certification are required for the tester also, and he should have the education of software engineering. He should have the knowledge of software engineering principles. Then role of process in software quality. Role of process in software quality. Process in software engineering domain is a set of methods, practices, standards, documents, activities, policies, and procedures that the software engineers use to develop and maintain a software system and its associated artifacts such as projects and test plans, design document, code, and manuals. So whenever you are starting with any project, you have to give different types of review. You have to collect the information, different types of information using different types of methods. We can use the different types of practices, questionnaires, different types of questionnaires to collect the information. Then you have to document that. So all this activity is carried out to get the best quality software. Then after that, different types of test plans are developed. At what phases we have to go for the testing. So all this is nothing but your process in software quality. We can say that the 100% software is good quality when for the given input it will give the correct output. Then the user will say that they have developed the best quality software. So role of process in software quality. So these are the different types of methods, techniques used for getting the best quality software, then different types of practices that we are studying the software engineering, different types of policies, what are the activities carried out to get the high quality software, different types of standards and documents. Standards means your ISO standard is one example, how we are creating the documents, what are the plans and what are the procedure. Because of this, all following these rules, we can get the first version, second version, likewise best version of that software can be developed. Again, making the modification in existing, adding new plans and procedure, we can develop the second version. Likewise, best version of the software can be developed. Now, how the testing is carried out? Testing as a process, software development life cycle, testing as a process. So software development process is a series of phases, procedures, and steps that result in the production of software product. Now, starting with the phases, requirement gathering. This is a phase. In this also, we have to gather the information. What is the need of the customer? How will fulfill that need? Whether the customers give the correct requirement. If the customers give incorrect requirement, information, then starting with that incorrect information, user, developer, designer will design that, and then test, developer will test, develop that application. Likewise, error will be introduced in that application. So software development process is a series of phases, starting with analysis phase till your deployment phase. Procedure, so what types of procedures you are using for the development, and steps that result in the production of the software product. Embedded within the software development process are several other processes, including testing. So testing is included in each phase of your software development. Testing itself is related to other processes called as a verification and validation. That I will explain verification and validation. Verification, whether we are building the right products, and validation is whether we have built the right product. So testing as a process. How many processes are there? 4 processes are there. Means your requirement analysis, product specification, then comes your design that, and testing process. So testing process will consist of your verification and validation. Verification and validation, right product is developed or not. In requirement analysis process, what we are getting? We are gathering the information. What are the requirements? And we are analyzing that requirement. Product specification, what are the specification of that product, what should be that product do, what types of input should be given to that product, all is defined in the product specification. Then design process, we are developing the model of that system which is given to the developer. So that is design process. Suppose your use case diagram is there, class diagram, activity diagram, sequence diagrams are all the design part. You are developing different types of DFDs are in a design part, and then comes your testing. So we are testing using verification and validation. So validation is the process of evaluating a software system or components during or at the end of the development cycle in order to determine whether it is satisfies specified requirements. So this is the main point, whether it satisfies the specified requirement. That is called as a validation. Whether we have built the right product. Suppose you have developed a 2 plus 2, 4. Is an example. Application for addition of 2 numbers. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. So we are validating where when you are giving the input 2 and 2, the result should be 4. So that is called as a validation. Second example, we can go further your login. Suppose your login is username and password or mobile verification. Mobile verification. So mobile number is a 10 digit. Suppose you are giving 10 digit number, then it should be accepted. If you are giving the input of 9 digit, it should not be accepted. So this is one type of example of validation. So you are validated that mobile number input should be 10 digit only. So that is called as a validation. And verification is a process of evaluating a software system or components to determine whether the products of a given development phase satisfy the condition imposed at the start of that phase. Whether we have built the right product is nothing but the verification. So these are the two main phases, validation and verification. Now, what is actually testing as a process? Testing is generally described as a group of procedures carried out to evaluate some aspects of a piece of a software. Now, testing is nothing but a testing is generally described as a group of procedures, starting with the initial phase to the final phase. We are testing each and every component of that system to find any bugs, errors that will be in the software. That is called as a testing. Main intention is to find the error or bug in a software is called as a testing. Testing can be described as a process used for revealing the defect in a software. So any defects are arriving. And for establishing that the software has attained a specified degree of quality with respect to the selected attributes. So that is called as the testing. So main aim of testing is to find the defects and whether it is working as per the customer's requirement. It is working as per the customer's requirement. That is called as the testing. Okay. Testing and debugging or fault localization are the two very different activities. Okay, testing and debugging are the or fault localization are the two very different